that sums it up. I mean, if I go back to yesterday, there was a very interesting session I attended with two creators. One was a YouTuber, the other one was a TikToker. And it was all about using generative AI. And the one thing a question that also did come up is that just how much is too much for you to use Gen AI for your creative work? And it turns out that it can be a blessing, but also it can be a scary thing because it comes to the point that is it real REAL or is it real REAL? So I mean it's good to get insight because right now every day I see apps are updating. It's like, oh, we've added this and this and now you can do all of this. Like right now, if someone were to take this audio and they analyze our voice, they could put it into a prompt and then have us say something which is in our voice.
That's what the deep fake videos of people imitating someone else are happening a lot. And actually, this is what something also Striver was working on, that they have technologies to go understand if there's a trend of specific video going online, it's deep fake, they don't allow it. And this is where technology is, in my opinion, it's good for those who use it in the right way, and it is bad for those who have an ill intention of to make not a good use of it.
Well, you know what? I mean, if you can see it behind us, we have Snoonu. Apparently, I remember yesterday they actually announced their Ultra app.
Snoonu Ultra.
I was like, briefly, I think from their conference, I think they mentioned that it's like taking like what WeChat, like what they do in Asia and all, because they want to combine multiple things into one place so it's easy for you to manage and all. And later on, we're going to get a chance at least to go speak with Hamad to at least learn a bit more, because apparently the app is already out on the App Store. But it'll be good to get some tidbits from him, especially how they see it tailored to Qatar. Because, I mean, I remember from the pandemic, people embraced electronic and payments and all.
Big time. And they existed before COVID, Snoonu, Talabat, even Zomato to an extent.
And there's Rafiq as well.
Rafiq,
and Deliveroo, which is international.
Carriage, which was there before part of Talabat, was it? Or Snoonu?
No, Carriage just became part of Talabat.
Talabat, yeah. So these all existed before. The demand wasn't there for it. COVID, everyone was home. And this is an example a good example of use of technology is like, is it making things easier for us or is it making lazier? Now, you feel like having a sushi, you can open any of the apps and just click, sushi is home. But would you still prefer getting it home for it? You could have one of those days like, hey, today I don't want to do anything. I just want to lay back. I'm going to order something and make the use of it. But then also, I feel these apps should go to an extent. I have had like intensive chats. I share ideas with Talabat, as you know, like with Francisco. We'll meet later.
We're going to see him as well.
And they have also come up with a lot of things in the last few months where it's not just a delivery app.
I think
anymore.
They just announced they launched a rewards program.
They have a loyalty program. And what's interesting? I think it's for every $1, you get 2 points. But everywhere else, you have to spend so many reals. Let's say, like, American Express or any other programs that offer you rewards. You spend $3, $5, they give you 1 reward point. That's the discussion we're going to have with him, so I have a better understanding of this. But it gives you reward programs points to buy vouchers, and then those vouchers you apply as a discount on anything you're ordering, which is just amazing. So, which means you are like, in a way, also you're stuck in a loop.
It's good. I mean, they build that loyalty, which is great because they have people's usage habits, especially for orders and everything. Next thing suddenly it's like, oh, you can redeem your Talabat reward points for your next delivery order with T-Mart or such. Let's go to something a little more social. I mean, we've walked around this entire place. So we've seen Snap, we've seen TikTok. Google covers everything, including Google Cloud and Gemini and all. Meta's here, but apparently they're giving masterclasses and all. But yesterday, the government communications office announced that they've entered into an MOU or partnership, either how to define it, with TikTok, because they're opening up a creator studio here.
Which is interesting. There are not many creative studios in the world.
Yeah, I mean, they're usually in Europe, like in London or in the US or in Los Angeles.
And us being in the Middle East where everyone thinks Dubai is having everything.
Exactly.
Dubai does not. And suddenly we make this announcement like that catches everyone's attention. Like, hey, Qatar is on the map.
I mean, yeah, I mean, it's a good thing. The move is this is actually good because now it actually helped spur the creator economy because there's been so much talk about the creator economy worth billions and trillions of dollars, and given, I mean, they already have an office. I mean, they opened it up here like months before the World Cup, so they've been literally trying to cater to the market and to the wider region. By the way, one thing to know is that Snap actually is powered by Google Cloud. I actually discovered this months back when I was reading through, so I was like, "Huh, that's good," because Google Cloud also has a region right here in
Yeah.
Qatar, and so does when it comes to cloud, even Microsoft's Azure. But I think they're scaling that up. So you've got two cloud regions, and another thing also is that with this creator studio, I think it will really help kickstart the creator economy in a certain. Well, I don't know. We don't know when and how, but I think I'm putting it as an objective to go and find out from them at least a bit more details, like what to expect and how big and where.
I think it goes way beyond the creative community in my opinion, because it also opens up for companies to work
Exactly.
with pushing cut and pushing advertising. Like, we always have had challenges. We both work in social media, trying to work with brands, trying to get them to have the right account managers who understand our need. Like, because as companies, we need to push stuff, we need to create content, we need to monetize. Also, we need to push our products on them as well. This will make it easier.
Yeah.
And also our so-called lovely influencers around town, they really, like, put to the effort. Like, sometimes in the beginning it was very strange seeing people dancing everywhere, but like it is, and like, I don't call it a hobby, but like, it is an effort someone is putting in, because it takes courage to come out and to be doing that in public. And people are doing this not to monetize themselves, but this is something that they love. And having TikTok in town, let's say, not just, okay, maybe in the early stages they'll work with the influencer community, high influencers, probably they'll come down to the micro influencers as well, and then have a community approach. People with 100 followers, or people who do not have an understanding of TikTok.
Yeah.
Because as you've seen, like, it's many of these platforms, political reasons, being shadow banned, etc., etc. You don't get to really utilize the peak of
Yeah.
what they can offer. This could be a really an approach for people to make the best use of it.
Oh yeah, definitely is. And you know, well, we'll see where it goes because literally it's still too early to say. But I think I'm keeping my high hopes up to see what else comes to this. Now, we're in the last day. I mean, things are a little bit more calmer, but I think this will be a good chance to wrap things up in a way because I mean, I was looking at my schedule. I think there's two master classes by Meta.
Yeah, the two muscles by Meta today. We need to make sure we get the 20 minutes earlier at least, just to grab
Exactly,
the
we don't
place,
get cut in.
because everyone is keen on them. The interest is very high from everyone, and I'm sure you remember the day zero or the day one, as you refer as, amount of people lining up outside.
Don't. I was
just
outside.
to
Don't.
catch.
I have the photos and videos that showcases proof of that. I luckily was there early, so literally we just got in through the fast lane, and next thing you know, I rushed in while Khan had squatted a seat.
Yeah, I was able to save my seat, a good spot.
Yeah, we got a good view.
Good angle.
And the next thing you know, when they were doing the official
Lounge, as Catherine Meyer said, this
Yeah.
is something that they do at every Web Summit. So it's just a lounge where they will invite someone from the local popularity. Let's say for us, we had the Prime Minister of Qatar, who officially launched the Web Summit Qatar.
You can see the video. Well, it's a collab video between us. So go find us on Instagram at Yasser Masood at Ace Pilot Khan. You'll see it right there.
Yes, and like we've been seeing followings that's coming and watching our reels, our LinkedIn posts.
Yeah,
Surprise.
We're trying to shed more insight because literally there's so much happening when we're just trying to wrap our heads around it. And I just remember one more thing. I mean, I think after this event, I think people are gonna be like having that, just like how people have withdrawals for World Cup.
Yeah, yeah. At least we would, or at least people who've been here on the partner booths everywhere.
Yeah.
They've been receiving people coming and wanting to understand what they are offering, the products and services. So it'll be like for some it'll be relaxing because they've been here 3 days, standing 3 days. They want
Yeah.
to break, so it's a weekend. They can take a good break for it. But when they go back and relive it, or the legacy, I'm sure the legacy of Web Summit will carry on, because in no time a year is going to pass by and we're going to be back again next year same time. Web Summit Qatar happening, and maybe
Yeah.
something bigger and something better.
Other thing is that mentioned Catherine. I've actually interviewed her, at least more women in tech.
I missed that.
I'm still editing that video. Honestly, it's taking up most of my time. But I also did get a sit down with Eric Struck, and of course, last but not least, both of us got to sit down with Neil Patel.
Oh, he's a smart mindset. He started off somewhere where we are.
Yeah.
But at the initial stage where we were just socially tweeting, or I don't know, we call it Xing now.
Yeah, I think so.
X,
I'll still call it tweeting.
Yeah, because it's it's something that you cannot let go from your mindset. I'll give an example. We have an intersection in Qatar. Okay, it's kind of midtown, and there used to be a very popular hotel called Ramada Hotel. So as anywhere, any places in the world, you reference it to a place or an intersection or any point, like, hey, next to Costco or next to Chipotle. So here we call it Ramada Signal. And guess what? The hotel's been gone almost 6-7 years now. There is Radisson Blue, which is giving free promotion, and the signal is still called Ramada Signal.
Some things never change.
Some things never change, and this is what I think. Going back to Neil Patel, where not only from his speech, which was very insightful, and I think that's the most filled stage 4 area I see.
Yeah, stage 4. I literally is like he just flipped the entire script when it comes to the digital marketing side upside down. It was like he gave a nice 4-point plan. I actually do have a bit. We'll share a bit more about separately such on our account, so stay tuned for that. But he literally said, test it out here, then expand it here. Now then grow it further here, and then finally take it here. So I'm like, that will take commitment, but I think I'm going to start giving it a try.
And the thing is, where he said those 4 steps, going from one place to other, you're not putting in effort to create something more.
Yeah.
You're utilizing what was there in first, adding a bit of paprika to it, taking it next place, adding a bit of lemon to it, then you're finally serving it. That is all it's taking. And people don't realize that.
Yeah.
So imagine this tip, I honestly feel for the upcoming entrepreneurs, upcoming influencers, upcoming bloggers, you make use of it. You have AI already to help you out in many things. Just make use of these 4 steps, and I think you'll be on your way.
One other thing, I think the grapevine is circulating that, just like what TikTok has done. I heard even Snap might be announcing something.
Oh, there are talks going around. So let's see what happens. I'm sure you saw on the opening day, when his His Zamir visited the Web Summit, he came to center stage area. He saw how the center stage was set up and
Khan
everything.
has a video and photo for prove it.
You know what? That was the only video circulating in the whole country.
Yeah, Khan was
of His
inches.
Highness visiting. No one else.
Yeah, Khan was just inches away. He didn't have to get close. He just had his iPhone 15, zoom, clear, finish.
They said hi. He was like, smile back, and then just walked away.
Yeah.
And when you look at the official photos that came out, he visited 2 main booths. One was TikTok, one was Snapchat. And it was not just because actually they are one of the 2 wonderful booths here. Snapchat has
Yeah, they actually have like a nice create. They're right behind, behind
yeah.
Snoonu and everything, but still, it's
they have a great display of what because people would think like, okay, what can Snapchat do at a tech conference?
yeah.
They're way more than just a content sharing platform.
Exactly. They have in my opinion, they have a very great AR platform. Like literally, I think AR wise, I think they've really nailed it.
They have it, and if you look at it, the amount of content creation they do, the filters, the things they have, and it's just amazing. And hey, a lot of friends and foes walking around here, and well, hi Ramya, we'll come see you later.
They were just our friends.
It's good to see, and like a lot of friends that we've been meeting here. So now just going back to Snapchat, they are actually showcasing all the AR technology of how they're working with brands. They have something with Tiffany, they have something with the NBA, they
Yeah.
have something with Formula One, they have something with football. I mean, they were a huge part of during the football FIFA World Cup 2022 in Qatar. The amount of filters and augmented reality they used. And this technology goes further if brands can actually put to use brands. Currently, content creators, individuals, they put it to the best use. But if brands go further involved in there, it
But
could
you know,
really be
Snap also
interesting.
has this indirect success where, you know, you see a filter of, or an effect going viral, but then you realize it's not on this platform. And remember the sad face filter?
Yeah.
I was like, oh, so it was on Snapchat.
Exactly.
That's how I was like, why don't people credit the actual? I actually went and found it on Snapchat, and I was like, but it looks so much better. I mean, if and this is my view, like if you see what Meta Spark AR is doing and all, I mean, it doesn't. If someone does the same amount of work creating it on the Meta Spark AR filter as a platform, I'm like, on Snap, I think it just works best because I think they've really nailed it out how to make it more performant, and especially on because I think they use iPhone as a reference for it, and that's why everything sticks to your face nicely.
Yeah, and it's like I've seen some masks, like even avatar faced AR mask over there. But if you look into this, these were not created by Snap, let's say. These are individual
Exactly.
designers, illustrators who are making this, and we actually have possibly we'll put some photos of it on this podcast
Yeah.
of the Web Summit logos that you are seeing on the screens. Apart from the Web Summit logo here, we have something for Web Summit Qatar, and there's so many variants. This is not created by Web Summit Qatar or the Web Summit itself. It's created by individual illustrators or artists, which is apparently their representation
Yeah.
of how they see Qatar.
Well,
You know, when we started this, we thought we are just going to do a quick one, and I'm just looking at my phone now. It's
I know
been
it's just
45 minutes.
I know. No, yeah,
45 minutes. We've been talking.
Yeah,
We can talk.
yeah. We don't, but we don't just talk fluff and everything. We make sure we add context and relevance. I mean, you know, when you're speaking about lenses, I just also want to remind listeners that, you know, Snap actually has a rewards program. If you're in the GCC and you make lenses and it gets accepted, you can actually monetize it. So I actually have the story on my blog, which is like months ago they did it. But if you go find it, you'll see. So if you're in any of the GCC region countries like Qatar, Kuwait, Oman, Bahrain, UAE, Saudi, and given a diaspora of Indians, even if you're from India as well, you can go ahead and start making it and get it monetized.
And we've come a long way. If you remember earlier years when they released the filters, geolocation. You could get a
Yes.
filter and $10, $15 for a
Exact-
day
oh,
for your
yes,
event.
those yeah.
We come a long way from there, from a geolocation filter to AR technology today.
I know it's a yeah. I mean, I still use check-ins just to log where I go. 'Cause
Foursquare.
I know.
Foursquare.
Oh yes,
The reward system it would give you, you are the mayor of this place.
exactly.
That excited you to do things. And I think in today's age, the applications have gone further ahead.
Yeah.
But in terms of loyalty, they have moved away from it.
I know. It's just
You see, like if you sit down and talk, I think we should, we should have a Spotify podcast.
no.
and
We are.
call it
I was like consider this like the episode 0, episode 1 to
actually
kick off.
episode 0. We'll kick it off.
Yeah, I think we'll say this, but this is a good start for us. I mean, well, we're doing this here live. Well, not live, but we're doing this here at the Web Summit. I mean, that's the one good thing I like about this event. You know, when I compare this to other tech events, when it comes to media, it's like, yeah, okay, but here at least, you know, you have an account person, I have an account person,
Individually.
and so they look after our needs and not needs, but our requests and everything. And the fact is that this podcast booth, when I saw mention it, I actually asked, I want to book it, and apparently it's a wait list, and suddenly it opened up. So I was like, bam, I'm gonna book this podcast booth for 10 a.m. on Thursday, which makes it more convenient because it's the last day.
Last day, and we actually have everything we can speak about to what we have experienced.
Yeah, I mean, still the last day is going on, but I think right now we have to get to speak with Talabat, we'll get to speak with Snoonu. I'm gonna go and ask TikTok more about their creator space. I mean, they've got their protocol and everything, so hopefully I want to get more info about it, and hopefully we'll try to unearth. Well, like you said, stay tuned and watch for it. If Snap's gonna make a similar move as well,
Yeah, that would really be interesting.
that would be really interesting because literally I'll be like, because honestly I feel that, you know, I mean, Snap's been doing its whole campaign. They're not like social media, so they want to move away from that, but it's still a social platform, but it's still more about a more human, central, unfiltered view, per se. I mean, even TikTok's trying to be that as well. But now I think the challenge is we still have all the traditional platforms like Facebook, Instagram.
The thing is, if you look at all these platforms now, sorry to cut you off, it is what is a repetitive content.
Yeah.
In many places, people create content on Instagram Reels, copied same thing on TikTok, on Snap, and everything. But what I learned an interesting fact about TikTok the other day. Someone was telling me in a group discussion that, do you know what is the amount of percentage of people that currently are on TikTok actually upload content to TikTok?
I bet it's in a single percentages.
Exactly, 4%. 4%.
Original, bespoke.
Yeah, we'll find out how true this is. We'll look up articles just so we are relevant to what we say. But this is me discussing with a couple of interesting media individuals out here, and they were like, it's a very small number of people that actually upload content. Because whatever we see are people replying, people's responses, people's reactions. That's what we get to see nowadays. And when we talk about AI, taking over monetizing, especially I wouldn't say TikTok, but maybe YouTube Shorts, where this is happening now, 1-minute videos, faceless text to speech videos are generating people $30,000 a month. Once you end up having those revenue streams right away.
Just on that thing, I mean, if any of you have not seen, now there are apps where if I say this in English and I put the audio in with the video, you can switch it to any language you want, and even the lip movements will change accordingly. We could do this in Arabic.
You know what?
Hindi.
Let's align. Welcome to Web Summit Qatar. 3 times each. Let's say 3 times each, and then we will change it on the podcast to different languages and see how do we sound in different languages.
I actually tried that by myself in.
I saw that video. Yeah, I saw that.
I was like, which accent? Which dialect is that? And I think I realized. I think it must be the Egyptian Arabic dialect.
Because I'm like, I know Yasser's been around. He can probably read Arabic. And I was like, how did he become fluent in Arabic?
Yeah, that's the thing. A good thing is YouTube is actually rolling out a feature where, how so many of these creators have channels in different languages. So that's going to go away, because now in each video you can add an audio track in different languages. People can just switch. And it makes life easy.
It does. And also maybe we are about to come to a close. I just want to highlight something.
Yeah.
Startups. People are coming, people are walking around. But what I've seen an interesting thing is the ambassadors of the countries from where the startups are.
We just saw the US ambassador.
I saw the US ambassador. I've seen the Turkish ambassador. I've seen the Indonesian ambassador. They're supporting. Although you only have 2 or 3 startups from this certain country, like Turkey, we actually have a huge row of startups. We have some representation from Pakistan, a huge economic representation from Pakistan, because they provide a lot of technological services, IT services. And it is good to see that their support they're receiving in a foreign country from their home country itself. And this is what we need: collaboration and coordination from governments, from individuals, from people of influence or affluence to make things happen.
Yeah. Well, this has been a great...
It's been a great one, Yasser. And I think we should definitely...
we're gonna get into the habit of trying to do this, because literally, just to give you guys some... I've been trying to get something up and running, but I just didn't have the time for it. And I think this is going to be the Kickstarter. Yeah.
And we can, for the next ones, pick a topic, keep it short, so people on their way... I usually do my morning routine when I'm driving, takes me 20-25 minutes.
Yeah.
Spotify, go to podcasts, technology, travel, industries, listen them up, and then we go about it.
All right.
So this is day 3, Web Summit Qatar, final day.
Signing off.
Thank you so much for listening to us. Let us know how you like it. And you know what? My nephew says this a lot in every video sends me. Like and subscribe, but you don't need to like and subscribe if possible.
If you like listening to us until the end, we know you like it. We'll keep it simple and straightforward.
And reach out to us. We'd love to talk.
Thank you.
Thank you.